Oh no, I'm being space jammed.
Junji Ito is one of my favorite horror artists, even if some of his work doesn't scare me. There are a few exceptions, but most of them really don't. I still heavily enjoy his work, and I take inspiration from my own art. With the recent release of the Junji Ito skins of Dead by Daylight, I wanted to cover some of his scariest works. Now, what's one of his scariest works, you might ask? Which story just so happens to actually send chills down the wolfy spine? Well, I'm very glad you asked. Rib Woman was released on April 20th, 2021 in the Love Sickness series. It's a standalone story. And my god, I love it. I fucking love it. It covers body horror, body image issues, and mental health. So let's dive into the story and talk about it, eh? I'll sprinkle in some of my own, little thoughts. Can you tell this is my first time making a video like this? Kinda figured as such. Our story starts off with our main character, Yuke, at the beach with her brother, Kazuke, and his girlfriend, Reki. I hope to goodness gracious that I am saying those names right. The theme of negative body imagery is shown right away, with Yuki refusing to join the other two in the water. Yuki believed that the issue was with her ribs. They made her not curvy. So, Yuki decided to go to a surgery clinic to fix this issue. One that specialized in rib removal surgery, which is something I didn't know existed until this story. I'm not even kidding. Yuki having body issues made me relate to her so much. I've always struggled with my own body, especially during high school. I tried everything from eating better to exercise, but nothing worked. And that was before I even got onto meds for mental and physical health. They really didn't help with my body weight. So seeing Yuki in front of the mirror looking defeated just hurt. I believe this was a major factor of making this story terrifying to me. Being able to connect with the main character made me feel right alongside her, experiencing the horrors. Anyway, enough about me, let's go back into the story. After learning that Yuki needed a mental health assessment, she went out of the clinic only to run into Reiku. For some reason, Reiku has been having a peculiar issue, hearing a mysterious melody, one that reverberates in the ribcage. This was very concerning. But you know, whatever, it stopped, so everything's fine, right? Except the melody started up again that very night. The trio just so happened to be hanging out during this time. Kazuke, Ryuku, and Yuki try to find the source of this mysterious music, only for it to lead them to a gorgeous woman playing a peculiar instrument. A rib-shaped instrument. The woman darted before they can question her, so they decided, let's check out this instrument. What's the worst that could happen? They investigated the instrument, and they found out that it doesn't work without a part for the sound to resonate in, similar to how guitar works. They also discovered that the instrument was a rib bone. Hopefully, an animal bone. After that night, Reiko disappeared. Her body turned up days later with her chest torn wide open. Even with this mystery building up around ribs, Yuki decided to go with the surgery anyway. Sure. Let's hope no one has a bone to pick with her. Okay, I'll leave. Before going on to surgery, the doctor just so happened to mention that he gave surgery to 2 other patients before this. Isn't that against doctor-patient privacy? Whatever. Let's just ignore this so we can get to the plot. The doctor admitted that he had operated on Ryuku and a mysterious woman. This mysterious woman was dissatisfied with her original surgery, and she demanded more. No matter how much surgery she had, she was still dissatisfied. The issue was clearly mental. And yes, she was the reason why patients had to go through mental health assessments before going through the surgery themselves. Yuki then woke up a couple hours later to a successful surgery. She questioned whether the doc's words were a hallucination or real, but, it doesn't matter. The surgery was a success! Yippee! She had the desired results, and it made her feel immensely better about herself. Until the melody started to haunt her. Who knew this would happen? What a shocker! Oh my god! She tried to warn her brother, but he was still grieving loss of his girlfriend. The pain was too much, so Yuki decided to go to the woods, compelled by the melody and wanting to stop the pain in her chest. Of course, she runs into the woman who explained everything. In fact, the instrument she's using is one of Yuki's own rib bones. This woman was the very first patient of the doctor, and he fucked up royally. She was dissatisfied by the operation, so the doc decided to try to fix his mistakes by filling her up with wires. And this led to the best art of the whole book. This panel is gorgeous. Horrifying, but gorgeous. I'm gonna gush about it for a few. The way the chests are so detailed, pulling in the eyes of the viewers to it. The way his chest is so... the black and white works well in this case to help bring the focus to it. And it also helps block out the very awkward parts. Because you realize as you stare at it, it's really awkward for her to hold her shirt, dress, up to show the wires. But you know, whatever. Let's just ignore that because this panel is just mwah, mwah. Chef's kiss right there. One of Junji Ito's best work. Hands down amazing. It's revealed that Ryuko's bones did not help the woman. So her and the doctor, who was hiding before being revealed, is going to perform another surgery to get it right this time. Luckily, Kazuki arrived just in time before the operation could start. A large scuffle happened, and the woman escaped into the night. They all thought they were safe, but Yuki knew that the woman was still in the town because she continued to hear the melody during the night. Dun dun dun! And that's the story. Well, basically. I might have missed a few things there, but that's the bare bones of it. Okay, I'll stop. Overall, this story is honestly amazing. No fluff, going straight to the point, and the art is always peak. Just so freaking good. Body horror has always been a favorite of mine, so any horror story that involves it is peak. The themes of body and mental health were also really good here. I know a lot of stories do hit these 2 points, but honestly, I think it's pretty well handled here. It's realistic and it just hits home. It also pairs well with the main character being relatable as fuck. I also really haven't seen many horror stories cover ribs specifically, so, you know, it just makes it really yummy and scrumptious to digest. My one complaint though is I really wish it had a better ending. It felt rushed. I know it probably wasn't rushed, it just felt like they build it up to nothing, and it just makes me very upset. I understand leaving it ambiguous and letting the rib woman escape, but I feel just wrong. But I feel like it was a huge build-up just for her to run off like a bitch. Motherfucker, you could have eaten her with your chest with how many wires you have. Please, why did you show up just to leave? Please, I would love to see a follow-up story, where maybe the rib woman learns surgery and tries to harvest her own bones. Maybe she'll even find a funny bone to make my jokes funnier. I highly suggest you give it a read, along with the other stories in Love Sickness. I might cover them if people ask for it. It has some folklore, and it is a bit longer than the rib woman. Good shit there. Thanks for making it to the end. If you enjoy this, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any tips and tricks for improving, please let me know. I'm not familiar with this kind of content, so I'm in new territory. And my writing is, how you say, you know, I'd like some tips, please. You can't leave now. No, please, give me tips.